Hello guys, it's Naturally LA. I am back for a long time. I haven't posted on my YouTube because I've been so busy with Instagram, and I've actually been using that new feature of IGTV. So if you haven't been following me yet, please follow me at Naturally LA. It's the same way it's spelled on my YouTube handle, so be sure that you follow me. So my reason for making this video is actually because I went to Curlfest yesterday, and I wanted to kind of just talk a little bit about it, the experience, my first impressions, since this was my first time going, and just kind of give some tips as well if you are looking to go, going forward, if you've never been there like me. So I'll just start off by saying that I have mixed feelings, mixed reviews about this whole Curlfest thing. It's really honestly a beautiful and exciting opportunity to go to an environment where there's a whole bunch of beautiful women, beautiful men, who have curly hair, and just embracing our natural hair, and being around people who basically on the same level as you, and meet different people, networking, all of that good stuff. It was really an experience that I wanted to take advantage of. This was their 5th year, I believe, doing it. I just learned about it last year, and I was really adamant about going. And I, told one of my friends, and I'm like, listen, we gotta go. We gotta get our tickets. We have to go online. We have to be on this because tickets sell out really quick. And prior to all of this, I also was going on YouTube. I was looking at the hashtags, seeing, okay, what are the crowds like? What are the lines like? What is it to, what should I expect going to this event? What should I bring? How should I pack? Is there food? Is there not food? How's the bathroom situation? All these types of things were running through my head. And if you have anxiety, like me, you're going to want to know these things, right? So I was doing my research. I was, like I said, trying to find out as much information as I can as possible. I think one of the biggest things that people complained about were the lines and the disorganization of the whole entire event. I tried not to feed into that because I didn't want to be that person or just kill my vibe of wanting to go. But I have to say that that's probably still true, sadly. I thought that the new ticket situation that they were going to have, because they brought in the platinum VIP tickets, and saying that you needed a ticket to get into this event, otherwise you couldn't get in at all. I was like, oh, okay, so maybe they're gonna fix some things and make sure that it's organized, and maybe not so much people are gonna be there. So again, I was trying to keep a positive attitude of it all, but once I got there, that was not the case. So I don't know where I should really even start. Like I said, the parking situation is not always fun when you're in the city, as it is. So getting a parking or driving in general, if you are gonna go, make sure you carpool. That's the best way to do it. Don't bring more than one car. Or if you can stand public transportation, do that as well. That's an option, but it'll be a lot of walking. Me, being that I have a chronic illness and my own situation, I can't do much walking, and I'm shocked that I did as much walking that I did yesterday. I could think I was just running off of a lot of adrenaline. And I wish, honestly, I was able to vlog as much as I wanted to, but I had so much stuff with me that I couldn't get as much footage as I wanted to. But when we first got there, we thankfully found a parking that was maybe a block and a half away from the entrance. We walked there, and we met one person on the way. She actually knew the people who were handling the event from Curly Collective, so she was letting us in on some stuff. And so we got there, and it was quite a little trek. Maybe I want to say like a 10-minute walk, probably 5 to 10 minutes depending on how fast you could walk. And we first got there, and I saw online, and I was like, okay. I was like, it's kind of moving, but it's kind of slow. and I didn't know how far out the line was going. So we stood on the line, and you know, of course, we're asking people, oh, so what is this line for? Is this, they had I want to say 4 types of admissions. You either had the general admission, which was free and you didn't have to worry about checking in or anything. Then you have the platinum VIP ticket, the gold ticket, and then the silver ticket. So there were 4 different types. So there was just this one big line though, and then we also saw people just kind of walking in, and I was like, are they cutting or what? So this person announced, oh, the line that you're in is for silver and gold tickets. Anybody who is general admission and platinum can just walk right down. And I was just like, well, that's interesting. Why do we have to wait online so long? And honestly, I don't know why, if you got a ticket, the VIP people, why you even have to wait this long anyway. And mind you, I got there around 2. So that was kind of my mistake as well. I really wanted to get there early in the morning and just like sit and chill until they opened at 12 or started the event at 12, but it didn't really work that way. And again, when you're traveling from one state to another, you know, there's traffic depending on what time you get there or start traveling. So that was a no-no. So if you are gonna go, get there early if your circumstances permit. That would definitely be important. So we got there and I'm starting to walk and my legs are hurting at this point. And you know, I said, listen, we have gold tickets. Do we have to stay in this line? She's like, no, get out the line, walk all the way down and go to the line to the far right, which is the gold, which was a way shorter line. But we were walking and walking, and I mean, that line was ridiculously long. So once we saw the gold, I was like, okay, it's not going to be too long of a wait, but this is crazy. There's so many people. So we get down to the gold line and I'm like, okay, I guess we'll wait. I think we made it maybe 15 minutes, which wasn't too bad. And then we got the bag. This is the bag right here that I paid $32 for. I mean, it's cute and it's a nice souvenir to have. Again, the fact that I went, and I'll get into later as far as what's in it, if it was worth all that money and all that waiting and all that line business. Walking, and it was lit. Like, you know, it was kind of like you had an area where it was like a concert because everybody was by the music, and I mean, there was no space for you to move around. So even if you wanted to like enjoy the music in that area, you better not be claustrophobic, or you better not just not like crowds at all. Or you bet it was just, you know what I'm trying to say. It was a lot of people. It was a lot of people. So you had that in one big section of an area, and then we wanted to try and find out, okay, so now where are we going to station ourselves? Where are we going to sit? Where are we going to like kind of find a tree? You know, thankfully the weather was perfect. It was in the 70s. It didn't rain the entire time until probably after the event was over. There was a beautiful breeze. I mean, it was just gorgeous. It was gorgeous. I mean, there were moments of when it got hot because there's a lot of people, but as far as the weather in general, it was great. And that was probably the reason why I went, because if it was hot in the 90s, no, I would not have done that. So in that respect, sorry if I'm all over the place. I'm kind of just going through chronological order of how this went. So we're trying to find out where to go, and we saw towards the right there was like, it was empty, and I'm like, all right, let's just go over there. So we're walking and we ended up getting a spot, and we were kind of basically behind all of the activity. Like in front of us, like where all the vendors were, they were like in front of us, but you didn't see anything. You kind of had to walk around to where the concert lit area was and go down the hill to where all the vendors were. Let me tell you, once we went near there, like, I didn't even think I was going to be able to get through people. I was like, even if I went to say, excuse me, you won't be able to hear me, because the music was so loud. So I'm getting through, there were so many people, and I have my cane, and I'm trying to walk through all of this, trying to find my curly friends, because I wanted to link up with so many people, and I may have saw like maybe 90% of them, which is honestly a good amount. But there were some really important people that I wanted to see that I adore so much, and I wasn't able to see, which I'm really sad about. But me and my sister were walking through, and we're just like, yo, this is crazy. Like, this is crazy. The amounts of people. I do have maybe 1 or 2 videos and some pictures I'll try and add into here so you can see. It doesn't do any justice as to the crowds. Like, it was crazy lit. So like I said, I don't have as much footage, which I apologize, but I just wanted to voice to you that it was crowded. So we kind of found like a spot where it was like, you know, quiet, you know, away from everyone who had their blankets down and everything. And I'm like, okay, so maybe we should just check out one of these vendors and, you know, see what we want to get. But the lines were crazy long. Like, I wasn't beat for standing on that line. And then to get there and say, oh, they don't have any more products, or not be something that I want. I just wasn't trying to do that. So after that, we're just like, you know what, I was just like over it. So I was like, let's just go back to my seat, because I didn't eat yet, and I'm like, let me just bring myself back to my seat and get some food energy. So on my way, I saw one of my curly friends, and I was so excited. Curly girl Jess, I was so happy I saw her. She honestly lit me up. She screamed, we were both screaming, and gave each other the biggest hug. She has such a sweetheart. I like love her so much. I was so happy I saw her, and finally got my first picture with a curly friend. And then after that, I was like, okay, so there might be some hope. And you know, I was trying to ask her where she saw the other friends, and they're like, oh, they might be over there. And I'm like, okay, I'll try and catch them later. So I got to my seat, I ate, and then I got some energy, and I'm like, okay, let's kind of wait around and see if I see anybody's like hair that I recognize. There was everybody that had afros, but I mean, I was trying to, you know, see if I can recognize anyone. And I saw Monique, and once I saw her, Curly Girly 143, I believe is her handle. Once I saw her, I saw Erica. I met her. I've seen her on Instagram, but never got to fully introduce myself. And sweetheart, loved her, such a sweetheart. So I met them too, and we were kind of just talking about how crazy it was. Again, it was so crowded, and so I'm like, okay, I got to see at least 3 people now, so I just really would like to see some more. And it's so funny, we were talking about it, and as I'm walking back, I see a whole crowd of 90% of the people that I wanted to see there, and I was like, oh, thank you. So I got to give them Sophie, Sally, oh my god, Alyssa, Z, JB, Judy. I think that was it. I saw Lester, but every time I went to say hi to him, he disappeared. So I didn't get to say hi to him, but I saw his beautiful hair. Who else did I see that I wanted to meet? There was Lovely Curly I wanted to meet. I wanted to meet Jamie, my girl Jessica. Like, I'm so sad I didn't get to see her. Oh my gosh, there's so many other people. I'm sorry if I can't remember, but honestly, once I saw them and I got my group pictures with them and selfies with them, that really just made me feel good. And I was happy that I got to see a good amount of people. But to really, as far as the experience, I didn't really get to experience it the way I wanted to. You know, get to take pictures in front of the Curlfest sign, take pictures in front of a backdrop, you know, with all the nice stuff behind it, you know, just experience certain things that I've seen on social media I wasn't able to do because there was just so many people and so much walking and just so much in general. I was really disappointed, you know, because I couldn't experience it the way I wanted to, and I just feel like the organization of the event, I feel like they can do a lot better. Would I pay for a ticket going forward if I go to another Curlfest? No. I would get the general admission and save that money for getting products from these actual vendors, because you get a percentage off with whatever ticket that you get. So I feel like that's a better deal, in my opinion. I mean, if you want a souvenir with a bag that says Curlfest, I mean, by all means. But the lines, it's not worth waiting in the line. It's really not. And again, if you get there maybe 9:30 in the morning, you know, to get your bag, then maybe. But some people may not be able to get there that early, depending on their circumstances. It really, I think the lines is probably the biggest vibe kill. Those lines are ridiculous. They got to do better with that. Somehow they have to find a way to organize that. I don't know how, and I can't make any suggestions right now because my brain don't know how I would do it. But, you know, just, I feel like, I understand it's a park and it's public, so again, there's but so much restrictions they can put on an event, but I just feel like it's just way too many people. And, you know, what if something happens? You know, I'm not saying that it will, but what if something happens, if something outbreaks, and the stampede that could happen from the amount of people running or whatever the case may be, that's a very dangerous, that's a huge hazard. So in that respect, I feel like they need to do better, or they need to have like a private event, an enclosed event. I know they like the outside vibes, and I think that that's beautiful, and you get to see people's gorgeous outfits, and you know, the vendors, you get more vendors that way if you have a bigger area. But I don't know how they can do better, but they need to do better in that respect. But I mean, the event itself, I think it's beautiful, you know, the message that they're trying to put across, and the experience that you can get as a natural hair girl, or even a blogger, or whatever the case may be, and networking with certain people. I think that that's awesome. Am I gonna bash Curlfest? No, because I mean, it's a great event, but there's just certain things that you have to take into consideration if you are going to go to those events. If you don't like crowds, that's not a place for you. If you can't take the heat, that's not a place for you. If you like outdoorsy stuff, that's cool. The biggest thing, if you're going to meet a group of people, because you have no service there, none, make sure, like now, like today, is when you should be planning for next year's Curlfest and figuring out, okay, who's gonna go, who's planning on going, where do you guys want to meet? Since if it's somebody's first time or has gone before, you're familiar with the park and the area, you can say, all right, let's meet in this central place, or let's meet at this restaurant or something at this such and such time. You know, certain things like that I think are important. Or let's meet at Curlfest at this time, because I think also too, the earlier you go, it's not as crowded. I want to say like around the 1-ish, 2-ish, 3-ish, it starts getting lit in there. So I know a lot of people say that they want to go there later, but I feel like it's even more crowded the later you go. Like, I think we left around 5:45 or around 6 o'clock, and there were people still strolling in, like coming through, and I'm just like, it's almost over in an hour. Like, but hey, again, it's a park, it's an open area, open fields. But I don't know how much more I can ramble on. But it's all in all to say it wasn't a terrible experience. You know, I'm not completely disappointed because I got to meet some really awesome people, but I would have liked to meet even more. And I think it's just a matter of being, if they're not going to be organized, if you want to meet certain people or vibe with people, be organized yourself. So my first tip would be, don't, unless you get there super early and you want to eat from those vendors, get there early. If not, I brought a sub, chips, candy, everything, like all types of snacks, frozen waters in a carry-on, and I was rolling that bad boy with me. That's where I kept all my stuff in, so I'm not carrying things on my shoulder. I just feel like that's, you know, more energy conserving, if that makes sense. So definitely pack snacks, definitely bring things to keep yourself cool, because who knows next year how hot it'll be if we'll be that fortunate. And I'm sorry for this bug that is like flying all over the place and it's annoying me. Anyhow, yeah, so I would suggest that dress light. Don't do the most unless you really want to dress up into something really cute, because I saw some really slayed outfits. I wear a maxi dress. I think it's comfortable, but the amount of walking that you're going to do, make sure you wear comfortable shoes. I'm not going to say don't wear sandals. Some people want to wear sandals, and there's nothing wrong with that, but understand that your feet going to be crying later. So yeah, I wore sneakers. You can get some cute sneakers that can match your outfit, so no worries on that. Also, don't go alone. Go with one or more person with you, so that you're not lost in the scene on your own. As far as the timings, I didn't personally get there early, but I would suggest to get there early if you can. Carpooling, public transportation, Ubering, whatever works for you. What else can I think of? Oh, bring a portable charger. I brought a portable charger for my phone because you definitely want to keep your phone charged throughout the day. Definitely do that, so you can take plenty of pictures too. And I'll just kind of get into the bag. I'm not going to make this video long, really. So it obviously comes in this tote bag, says Curlfest. And you get a lot of samples, and I got maybe 3 full-size products. So I got some Jamaican castor oil with coconut oil in it. This is a Shine and Jam Shea Butter. It's for hair and skin. I probably will just use it for my skin. I want to try to pronounce this. Udad, I think. It's a deep conditioner. Curly Immersion Triple Treat Deep Conditioner. Has coconut, avocado, and grapeseed oils. Sounds pretty dope. My hair is going to eat up everything. So that's probably one use. I got this Shea Moisture Curl Stretch Pudding, full size. I don't know if I'm going to be giving this away or not because I don't know if I particularly care for it. Got to check out the first 5 ingredients. And be sure to watch out for my video on that because I'm going to be talking about products. I've been doing my homework. So I got a sample from Lotta Body. This is their Activate Me Curl Activator. I guess you can use it as a styling product. This is the Pure Honey Cream of Nature, their new line, the Not Away Leave-In Detangler. I think they gave me 2 of these. Yeah, they gave me 2 because you know my hair is going to drink up all of that. I got some Palmer's Coconut Oil Conditioning Shampoo and Conditioner. I got a Build-Up Buster from Diva Curl. I love this stuff. Love, love, love this stuff. This definitely is a good clarifier for your hair and your scalp. I got a Shine and Jam Black Castor and Flaxseed Oil Styler. I'm pretty interested to see what this can do to my hair. I'll try and do like a wash and go. And then I got my Tropic Isle Living Jamaican Castor Oil. You can always use some castor oil. I'm using that all over my hair. And then I have the As I Am Beautiful Coils. This is pomegranate and passion fruit. It's a strengthening, hydrating hair wash. That's good. Hydrating is always good, but always look at the ingredients. Then I have a Miel Organics Curl Smoothie. This is a Girl Hair Under Hair Care Sulfate-Free Cleanser. A lot of samples. And then I have a Eden Body Works. Love this stuff. This is the Citrus Fusion Conditioner. It says for hair. I'm assuming it's for natural hair. We'll see. I'm going to try this out too. So I have a lot of things to try out. And then they just have like these advertisement things. But yeah, that's pretty much what came in this bag. I mean, it's worth it to a certain extent because if I were to get the full-size bottles for all of these products, it would definitely be more than $32. So I mean, at least you get to try out these things before you buy them full-size, see if you like them. But what's great about the stores that I buy it from, I could use it and return it the next day. So it's always a plus there. But I mean, hey, it's cool. I think it's good incentive, but is it worth paying that ticket to deal with those lines and all that craziness? I don't think so. To be honest, if I go next year, I will be getting a general admission ticket and probably a bunch of them for my friends and for me, because just in case I don't go and I can't make it, it's not a loss. So that's always also something to think about too, even though a lot of people were ready to buy tickets from other people, so you can be able to sell it anyway. But that was pretty much my Curlfest experience, guys. I hope this video wasn't too long and drawn out, but just to give you guys my inside story on it. And you know, if there's one thing I could take from this, is that I really went over my comfort zone because my anxiety has been so bad this past year, but I really conquered, and I went and I was able to get through it the entire time without an anxiety attack, without a panic attack, without my MS getting in the way, and I was able to do it. So I'm proud of myself for that. I give myself a round of applause. So even in circumstances that you're not always happy about, always look for one good thing. And that's one of my one good things. And that bug is about to get a bad thing because I'm about to whack it and kill it. Alright, y'all, it's been real. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.